Hello humans, peoples, and others, and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing lore video because I got a wee bit overzealous and I thought it would have been the first day of the month by the date this is going up. So whoopsie. uh but nah, it's fine. That just means more memes next month and all that. Unless I get bored and decide to do more lore. But yeah. So hope you all enjoy. Today's about adventurers and stuff. The lore behind like what they are, what they do. It's kind of obvious. There's not much I can do with the map. I have it open and I might draw lines on it because I can. Not much I can do with it though. So I guess just onwards onto the whole, I guess, lore dump on what adventurers are. Alright, so here we have the map and stuff. So I guess I'll just start talking about adventurers. We'll start with like just various things. Everyone already knows what an adventurer is. They're a person who goes on an adventure and all that. They do tasks, people give them quests, they do the task, it's all normal stuff. So, most or not most, some adventurers will use fake names in my world, just known as adventurer names. It's like how an author uses a pseudonym. They don't want their real name to just be out in public because there's an inherent danger of knowing John Smith of Smithington is the hero who burned down your village, and so, or like, if a demon knows John Smith of Smithington attacked someone and who was working with them, the demon might go attack John Smith of Smithington or his family. Nobody wants that. So yeah, fake names and stuff keeps people safe. Usually these are made, or these names are of famous heroes of the past. So yeah, while most adventurers are in it for just the money, they tend to be a net positive for the region, so most people are fine with them around. But they also, while they have the reputation of heroes, they are not trusted. A ton of people know they're in it for the money. They're just going to get the money and run and stuff because they can. But because of this, and because they make a lot of money, they tend to get overcharged. Most adventurers don't end up caring because they make a ton of money. But yeah, when in war, countries will put up exclusive quests for them. Either they can join military campaigns as like an independent entity, like mercenary groups. They can be hired for assassinations, or they are sometimes just straight up joining the army as like actual members. If the war gets bad enough, adventurers are drafted. Good luck drafting them to any military who tries, but the guards try because they are the probably best fighters in the whole country. Why not use them? But adventurers form parties and groups. If multiple of these groups gather, they form a fellowship. The fellowship is like, they tend to act like a mini guild, but they have less restrictions. Now, we have two types of adventurers in my world. Technically, you have the fellowship adventurers, but that's technically not. You have freelance and guild. So we'll start explaining freelance adventurers, because yeah. They are free from any and all rules of like a guild. They aren't punished for doing anything, but that also means they have to build their own reputation. They have nothing backing them unless they get a patron. But yeah, so they end up as wanderers and nomads all the time because where are they gonna stay? Uh, they tend to actually, if they get rich enough, they'll make their own base of operations. That tends to be where a fellowship starts. They are usually start adventuring by themselves and end up in parties, but sometimes you have a group of friends become a freelance adventuring party. You have the fact that they must make a name for themselves, always, and they are usually allowed to join the Hall of Champions, which I'll explain later, if they are powerful enough, even though they're not part of a guild. Now, a lot of famous heroes started as freelance adventurers. This is because, obviously, they made their reputation. They didn't have anyone backing them. Everyone knows that they did this because they wanted to. Because they're genuinely good people, they saved everyone. A a, a, a guild adventure doesn't have that because it's like, oh, they might have been forced to do that. They might have helped us kill the vampire because the guild's paying them to. Freelance adventure, while yes, they might be paid for it, they also did it because they know it's the right thing to do, and they're not guaranteed any of the extra benefits of doing it. Uh, oh, they also, once they have people's trust, it stays longer and it's worth more because, again, they worked for it. Now, guild adventures. They tend to be more trusted in general because, again, they have rules they have to follow. So it's like, oh, I need my cat back from a tree. Ask a guild adventurer. They're gonna for sure help you because they kind of have to. To join the guild, one pays like a small fee. It's like 10 gold, which is definitely not a lot for someone starting as an adventurer. And then they have to fill out a ton of paperwork, of which they don't actually have to fill out. They can just have someone else fill it out for them, but they have to give the answers. And then they are given the rank of 1 bear claw. Now I have to explain the whole bear claw system, or the whole ranking system. Members, again, start with 1 bear claw, and then they go 2, and then 3, and so on until they get to 5. At 5, they are given 1 Drake Fang. I know, like a mini dragon, a drake. 5 of these, they are given a dragon scale. And 5 dragon scales, they become. Barely anyone gets to 5, and once they get to the time they can become the next rank up, they're invited to the Hall of Champions. It doesn't matter anymore. The rankings used to be based on how many of the creature with that name they could take on. So, like, someone with 1 bear claw could probably kill a bear, and so on like that. But the issue is, so many adventurers joined the guild, and so many ended up it just overinflated the whole ranking system, and too many adventurers were too high rank. Because you also get a disproportionate amount of mages ending up at the top, because a mage can just cast, like, a fireball, kill a ton of bears. Thus, and for some reason, then they're considered, like, 3 dragon scales. Because they killed so many bears all at once. And warriors end up in the bottom because they just kill things slowly. So now the system's kind of worthless. Well, worthless in terms of this is how many of this thing you can kill. But that doesn't matter because it still works in showing the relative power of the adventurer. When an adventurer reaches 5 dragon scales, they are invited to the Hall of Champions, or the Champions Hall, and are declared a hero unofficially. They can get the actual title, like official title of hero, if a king or another champion gives it to them, if the champion already has the title. Most of the members of the Champions Hall are legendary adventurers and respected by most. 2 ascendants were offered the position. One of them accepted because he's so old. It was before it was like that's like the big thing. So the Divine King, obviously, only ascendant in the Champions Hall. The other one was obviously the Blade of Freedom herself, Elistar. But both of them were freelance adventurers. They didn't care. Now all the founding members are dead, technically. They have crystals of which contain their memories and maybe their soul. That's unclear to most people. It's technically how death works in my world requires its own video, but pretty much their memories and soul act as the same thing, but their immortal soul is now in a different body, so their memories remake their soul pretty much. So in this crystal, that's where all their memories are. People can talk to them and stuff because of this. At some point, though, someone made them new bodies, of which could last about a month. And so every year for about a month, the founders of the Adventurers Guild slash Champions Hall take form and help around. Members of the Champions Hall are also given like their own little regions of which they are to keep safe. That's like their place to keep. Divine King obviously gets his entire kingdom. Now, all members of the guild can be called upon if the guild needs anything. They can be sent messages. They are issued a necklace with the symbol for their rank. If they recite a certain phrase, they are teleported back to the capital of their region, like pretty much where the Champions Hall of their region is. Of which they are bound to. If they speak the phrase, they can't speak it when dead and all that. Oh yeah, the Champions Hall is a physical hall in the middle of like Loosemere area because that's where it was founded. But they have many halls again where the champions tend to be set to defend the region. Oh yeah, guild takes 5 to 10% of all income, like all gold earned. They can't take magic items or anything. But they use the funds to like hire on-site priests. So if someone needs healing once they get back to the guild, they can get healed. Potentially, they can revive their fallen allies if their soul has not been judged yet, or if their soul is held in is suspended, which would take a powerful mage to do. The guild offers free rooms for members, an exclusive quest board, which the receptionist at the room usually or in that building, has to approve if they try to take anything from, because they don't want anyone to die. They also have life insurance. They pay 90% of the wealth of anyone who dies in the guild to any noted family or friends. Because, yeah, they don't want to have a bad reputation. But again, they have a whole set of rules and stuff. Now, famous adventurers, obviously, Elistara Elise, who used the adventurer name of Malikek, like me. The Divine King, who used his own name, which was he was Aelor. The kingdom's named after him, but he forgot his name. Nobody knows his name, so everyone just knows the Divine King was an adventurer. They don't know who. There was Zatraz Lixard, who is a lizard man, and the leader of the Ever-Burning Campfire, a group of adventurers, almost a fellowship, who are now minor deities. Not major deities, which is why they would not be on the list, any list of gods or worshipped or anything. And they're a little more powerful than most of the Ascendants because they're actually gods. But yeah, all of them impersonate low to mid tier adventurers, but they're technically a part of the Champions Hall. There's Teauvien, another member of the Ever-Burning Campfire, King Loosemere II, the third king of Loosemere, who went by Lucci the Blessed. Then there's Lucci Loosemere, the founder of the Kingdom of Loosemere, and founding member of the guild. Yeah, he founded the entire Kingdom of Loosemere and all that, so he's cool, I guess. Well, he's Lucci Loosemerio. Yeah, I did not say his name right the first time. There's Virel, founding member of the guild. Or, no, he was just a wizard. There's the actual first Malikek, who is the Spear of the People, founding member of the Adventurers Guild. They were blessed by Valinira, became the patron hero of the Church of Freedom. Then there's Carnelian and the Stringless. Their group I need to talk about at some point. They're cool. They show up in my book. Technically, kinda a single member of them, and I won't say who. There's Mason and Madison Mercia. Their last name is that of one of the gods, because one of the founding members of their family was a godkin of that god. They're twins who founded the guild, One was a fighter, one was the cleric of the god they are named after, technically. Their names ended up in the common vernacular for just names of general people. Though they became twisted. Yeah, that's the whole list I have for now. I don't know what else to say or talk about for adventures. Adventures are cool. You probably have played an adventure if you played a ttrpg. Yeah, I guess to the outro. And thus we reached the end of the video because, yeah, I ran out of stuff to talk about. But hey, look, I had a lot about adventures to talk about. Hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, comment the name of your first D&D or just any TTRPG character, because that would be funny. And then subscribe if you want. I don't know what else to say here. I guess I have a Twitch and Discord. I've been streaming a lot more on Twitch than on YouTube because my computer hates the game I'm playing. But yeah, what else to say? Join my Discord if you want. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't let the fog get you. Bye.